I'm going to tell you a little secret about business. Come closer for this one. You ready? Embrace the chaos. Every successful business has chaos derived from it. You know why? From chaos comes order. Every successful business is rooted in chaos. Now the goal is not just to continuously create chaos, you eventually organize the chaos, you administer the chaos, you streamline the chaos, but too many people are focused on organizing activity that hasn't been created yet. So number one is when you're creating chaos, it's important to create context of the chaos. You have to get clear on what it is that you want. Where do you want to be in 12 months? Where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? How do you want your business to look like? How do you want your teammates to act? What is your desired outcome? What is the clarity of purpose? What are you looking to get out of it? You know, I've always said this simple 3-step process to get anything that you want in life. Number one, get clear on what it is that you want. Number two, figure out what price you need to pay in order to get what it is that you want. And number three is resolve to pay that price. So get clear on your context before you create the chaos. So my first tip for you before you start creating this chaos is do a brain dump. There's so many thoughts going on every single day in this brain of ours, and a lot of times what you have to do, just like you clean out a closet and reorganize it, you have to clean out your thoughts. You have to compartmentalize the ideas that are in your mind. So what you need to do is you need to start writing things down. Start getting these ideas that are go from creativity to clarity. Listen, let me tell you something. Entrepreneurs, we don't get paid for creativity. We don't get paid for ideas. In fact, we don't get paid on enthusiasm and certainty. You know what we get paid for? One thing and one thing only, and we get paid for done. Execution, when something is completed. So you should take the thoughts out of your brain, do a brain dump, put them on paper to figure out exactly what it is that you're working towards. And when you have that clarity, that foggy, that hazy viewpoint, blurry visions that you have become not only more clear, but crystal clear. And when you're clear on exactly what it is that you want, the steps that are needed in order to get there become more clear as well. And as you take those steps, clarity plus certainty plus a bit of chaos equals massive success, which is what you want for your business. The second tip that you want to focus on is you want to be able to map out your process. You have to realize that there are other things that are needed in order to drive your business forward other than sheer willpower. I get it. When you want something so bad, you make it happen despite yourself. But you got to have these other tools that help you and equip you to be able to grow your business. That's a CRM, whether it's reviewing your process flow, whether that's looking at your system, whether that's mapping out and drawing diagrams to figure out bottlenecks, possible bottlenecks in your business model that you have. Because if you're looking to franchise your business, you got to have a franchise format manual, which is a blueprint that's set up for success. So you got to figure out what is the process. If X marks the spot, which is where you are right now, and your goal is to be at this other point, if you want to go from one point to another point, ladies and gentlemen, what's the easiest way to get from one point to another point in life? That's right, a straight line. Figure out what that straight line looks like for you. Become a straight line thinker. Obviously, you'll have situations and people and circumstances and events and unexpected things that happen that veer you off track. You'll be able to get back on track and recalibrate and take recourse to get rejuvenated and renew your commitment to moving forward, because that's in alignment with where you want to be. So the next tip I would give you is find quick wins. And that's not what you think it is. That doesn't mean getting a quick win and flexing it on social media. I'm talking about what it does for you internally. It's like going to the gym and getting these mini accomplishments, repetitions of higher weights, and feeling like you've done something. That accomplishment feeling of an achievement is the biggest dopamine you can get, because winning is more fun than fun, and that builds up your confidence. Find certain things. If it's a project you're working on, is your only win inevitably, unequivocally, the end result of the project being completed? Cool, that's a big win. Find your small wins along the way. The next tip is be able to prioritize what's important to you. Listen, there's certain things that need to get done, and there's certain things that need to get done immediately. What we do as human beings, we gravitate toward things that don't need to be done right away, because a lot of people find momentum by doing these small things, these tedious, minuscule, minutia things that they feel momentum, and that's true towards the bigger tasks. But here's my suggestion to you. Do the hardest things first. That appointment that you're leaving off until the end of the day, make that the beginning of your day. When you start your day by climbing your version of Mount Everest in the business, that gives you that true momentum. A true entrepreneur is in full acknowledgement that the work needs to get done eventually, so why not do it now? So it's not about doing the easy tasks, the small tasks. Start prioritizing some of the harder tasks, getting that movement, because that movement creates the momentum where you're like, wow, I did that task that I've been putting off for so long. If I can do that, I can do these other tasks. The last tip I have for you is you have to build your execution plan. Remember, execution is key. So you have to figure out not just why you're doing something or what it is you're doing, how are you doing it? A lot of people talk about, well, I know my outcome. Well, what's the outcome? How are you going to get that done? You want to 5x or 10x your revenue? How is that going to happen? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and the mechanics and logistics of execution is probably the most important thing to getting your goals and your dreams to become a reality. So the goal is to build this execution plan that is realistic, it's achievable, and it's measurable. I think that rings a bell for those of you that know SMART goals. But the goal here is you want to be able to have these time-sensitive, time-based goals that you work towards. So execution is important, along with accountability. Accountability means, hey, you came up with these ideas and you got inspired to action. You know, you got the motivation and you turn that to motive action. So the goal is you have the outcome of where you want to be. You have the steps needed in order to get there. And the goal with execution, a lot of people think that execution means completion. Execution means just getting started. See, a lot of people start to learn. Take that first step. take that step in that direction to move towards your desired outcomes and your goals. Because execution is the recipe for success, which means following through on what you said you would do, even at points where you don't feel that same way. You can take one step, you can take two. You can take two, you can take 10. You can take 10, you can take 100, and that means that you can achieve any goal that you lay out in front of you by being able to embrace the chaos as it comes into your business. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Lots of value as always. I'm excited for the upcoming time that we're going to be able to spend together. As always, subscribe to our channel, Rhino Mindset, and I'll see all of you Rhinopreneurs next week on Mindset Mondays. And until then, you guys already know my slogan, charge forward.